Hey everybody, welcome to another Paint the Edge Off. We're teaching you to make a cool painting in about an hour and get a little drunk doing it. Today we're going to be painting this right here, called the old Moonlit Owl. Okay, kind of got those grays, and then we got one little nice, saturated color there that kind of stands out. So that's what we're painting today. I'm going to tell you what you need for that. Before I get to that, please like, share, follow, subscribe, search Paint the Edge Off, and all that stuff. Also, if you want to win a free painting, I'm going to give away one free painting today. All you're going to do is correctly answer my subjective trivia question first in the comments, and I will send you a free painting of your choice. Okay, so what we need today is you'll need some kind of easel, or canvas, I mean. I'm using 16 by 20 like always, but you can use any kind of size, really. That's what size I'm using. That's what my measurements are going to be for. I also want some kind of easel, unless you want to lay your painting down flat. I've got paper towels. I've also got a water cup, okay, just a plastic cup with water in it. You need, if you're using acrylic paint, you want some kind of water to stir in with your paint. I've also got paper plates for my palette. If you have a legitimate palette, that works too. I've also got a blow dryer, which helps me dry my painting and move through it fast. I've got whiskey, which helps me also move through it fast. I've also got black paint. I've got white paint. I've got light yellow, and I've got a phthalo blue. And then I've got some little tools here, okay? So I've got my chalk, I've got orange, I've got blue, okay? That just helps me draw on my painting, and then I can go back and wipe it off, which is kind of a good way to sketch. I've got 4 brushes. I've got my big flat brush, I've got my medium flat brush, I've got my medium round brush, and I got my little tiny round brush, okay? All right, take those, put them bristle down in that water cup. Leave them there anytime you're not using them. Hey, what's up, everybody? Good to see y'all. Okay, with that being said, let's take a shot and get painting. Okay. Get the shot counter going. Okay, and away we go. What's up, everybody? How we doing out there? Oh, I'm gonna take a paper plate and get some white and some black paint on here. Lots of white. We'll start with a little bit of black. And let's take our big brush out of our water cup, okay? Tap it off so we feel fancy. Take your brush, stir it around there in that white paint, and we're gonna start by kind of making this big light aura coming out from behind our moon, okay? So, before we start, maybe we'll take our piece of chalk and we'll just make a little mark, okay? Take your piece of chalk, and I'm going to go in about, I don't know, maybe a little, find myself a little square there at the top and kind of make just a little dot, okay? Okay, now once we get that done, I'm just going to take some white paint, I'm going to start slapping it on there and pulling away from the middle, and we're just going to get going. Okay, how's everybody doing out there? Alright, just take some big globs of paint, start on that dot that we drew in, and just kind of pull away, okay? Pull towards the outside. Pull out, okay? Lord knows we should all be pulling out. I wasn't on last week because I unfortunately got a little sick. I never get sick, but when I do, boy do I. Holy shit. I don't know, I felt awful and was like coughing, couldn't hardly breathe. I was a little nauseous, but mostly just had like the chills and a headache, And anyway, I thought it was a sinus infection because I have allergies and asthma. I thought that was affecting my breathing. I don't know. Still not 100% sure. Well, I went to a doctor, an urgent care place, and it made me sitting there for 2 hours. The student doctor person was in there talking to me, and she was taking my vitals, asking me questions, thought we were getting somewhere. Anyway, 2 hours later, I'm kind of like, are we almost done here? And then the doctor comes in all of a sudden, and she waltzes in after 2 hours and goes, well, you got the flu. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, so can I get some medicine and can I get out of here? Like, I really want to leave. She's like, well, you're dehydrated. We need to, like, can I give you some fluids? And I was like, how long is that going to take? And she goes, about an hour. And I was like, no, let me go home. It's like I'm dehydrated because I've been sitting in this room for 2 hours. Like, I've got Gatorade in my car. Just let me get out of here. So she finally writes me a prescription. I take it to Walgreens to get it filled, and then she prescribed me this pill that's $220. And I'm like, what? I sat all that time so you can prescribe me something I can't really afford. So I call him back and I'm like, yeah, so I can't afford this pill, so should I buy Tylenol or what cold medicine? Well, then she sends over some other prescriptions, and eventually she actually sends me flu medicine that I can afford. But it was just so frustrating. It was this whole huge day and I'm like dying, I'm sick, I'm just like, just prescribe me some medicine so I can go home. It was crazy. It pissed me off. Anyway, I was sick all week, and I'm back though. Cheers. I've still got a little bit of a cough, but, you know, whatever. I'm sure a little whiskey will help. Okay, so I've taken some white. You might be able to see my brush strokes a little better like that. But I've just kind of pulled away, filled out, gone pretty, not all the way to the edge on all my edges, but filled up most of my canvas with that. So now what I want to do is take a little bit of black, stir that in with all this white paint, and we want to get ourselves a nice, kind of a dark gray. So we're going to add a little bit more black than that, which is, we're going to need a lot of this, so mix up a nice big glob, nice big amount of paint there. And there we go. Get ourselves a good amount of paint. Alright. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and go kind of around the edges and kind of pull it towards the middle. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thanks, Betty. Yeah. Whiskey will help for sure. Now I'm going to start by dip your brush in water, get it nice and liquidy. And I'm going to start by kind of smearing this on around the edge. Then I'll go in and kind of blend them in a minute. But let's just get this on. I'm kind of going fast because I want this paint to stay wet, so I have time to blend them together. Let's get that on there. Get it on there. Let's go across the top here. Okay. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in reverse. So instead, from the beginning when I was pulling away from that center dot, I'm going to go out here on the edge and pull towards the middle. Okay, and I'm going to kind of go in like this. Now on this left side, it's kind of going off the edge. I don't need to do too much. I can leave a lot of that white showing, but let's mix in a little bit of this. Okay, and then let's just kind of keep going, get this all blended. So basically the space between the white and the black is not rough anymore. That's what we're wanting. I'm mixing a lot of water back in with my paint so it flows easier. Alright, and then I'm going to go in here and just kind of get these edges, touch in and blend in. Let's kind of get that covering that blank part of the canvas. Okay, yeah. Let's see, what else? Let's see, I watched Don't Look Up finally. That was a cool movie. I don't know if anybody's seen that. That was dope. Kind of, I don't know. I liked it. I know a lot of people liked it and I was just late to the party, but I did. It was pretty cool. It's also not what I thought it was about. So again, I'm just kind of making all my brush strokes going in the direction of that center point that we drew, that we started at. I'm just going to kind of get all this. Now, I can still see some rough texture in here. That's where I want to get maybe a little bit more paint on my brush. And you can use the gray or the white. Really doesn't matter as long as you get some thick paint in there. We kind of want to get this whole section kind of mixed. And once we get them mixed and we get all of our canvas covered in paint, then we can go back and kind of mess with the color a little bit more. Okay, so now I've kind of got, so I've still got a little rough patch there, a little rough patch here. As soon as I get that covered up, filled in, we can take some more white paint, kind of make our lights whiter, and take some black, make our blacks blacker. Okay, let's go ahead and I'm gonna take my brush. I'm just gonna give it a little bit of a wash a little bit, and let's get some white paint. Stir my water in there with my paint. Now there's a little bit of gray paint in my brush still, or maybe my water, but if I mix in with enough white paint, it'll pretty much go away. Okay, let's start again in the middle here. Let's pull up. Let's pull out. Let's grab some white streaks, and let's streak some of this through. You can kind of just do like 1 or 2 brush strokes before you get the gray color on there, and it starts kind of messing up your color. So I would do like a few brush strokes. I'm not pressing hard. I'm just kind of letting that go through there. Let it look however it looks. I kind of wouldn't fight this too much. Just grab some thick white paint and just kind of streak that in there, okay? And I'm pressing down, I'm lifting off. I don't press down real hard ever, but press down a little hard at the beginning, then just kind of lift off, let it fade off, let it mix, kind of blend in with that gray, where however it blends in like that. There we go. Up here at the top, it kind of flattens out. Kind of how I paint it. You could do it where it goes, your brush strokes go all pointing up and everything too. I'm just going to kind of let it angle out. Okay. Not done yet. I'm going to grab some black. Now, I'm not going to wash my brush out because I don't want it to be straight black. It'd be a little gray. So whatever white's in my brush, I'll just use that to mix in with some black. And that black's still going to take over and look pretty much black anyway. So I'm going to take this and I might drag some black in from the far outsides where it's the darkest. In here. This corner down here is going to be your darkest. So let's maybe get some black spots in there and let's pull those in. Hey, there we go. Let's sit it up here so I can get down to go off the bottom edge without. There we go. Now it's starting to get some dark, slight lights. Oh yeah. Okay. Happy 420, everybody. This is the Lord's Day. One thing about being sick though last week is in the process I kind of quit smoking. So that was cool. My paint's a little drier down here, so I'm really kind of messing with that. And you know, this is going to happen. Your paint's going to dry on you a little bit. That's kind of why I'm going fast. And that's why I'm mixing water in. Maybe one more. Maybe I'll take some white and get one more big bright white streak going through, and then we'll be done with the background. Alright, let's get a nice big thick glob of white paint here. I want to have this nice bright white coming down here through the middle. Let's go right there. Wow. Okay, now wipe my brush off a little bit. Okay, I like that. Okay, we're gonna go with that. That's our Moonlight there. Okay, congratulations, we did it. Let's take a shot. So let's see, we'll blow dry this. I'll paint my side edges and we'll do a trivia question and we'll keep going. This background's cool because it's always a little different. It always looks different every time I paint it, and that's kind of what's nice about it. You know, it's kind of what's cool about it. I am going to go ahead and paint my side edges. And yeah. But yeah, let's see, I've been watching a lot of movies because I've been sick the past week. I had to not work for a little bit, and let's see, what did I watch though? I started Moonlit, which was cool. I don't know, I'm still kind of undecided on that show. It's interesting, but it's kind of, you know, I never read that comic book either, so I don't really know what happens in it. Or like, you know, a lot of the comic book movies I've, you know, at least read some of those as kids, and I kind of had my own perspective, or, you know, kind of my own vision, and so I kind of had my own opinion. Moon Knight I don't know anything about, and so I'm kind of interested to see what happens, but I'm also kind of like, I think I'm just over superhero movies in general. I think I'm just kind of getting to this point where it was cool for a while, and now it's like, okay, you're the superhero, everything's gonna work out, and you're gonna, right when times look like you're about to be defeated, something happens and you're saved. It's always the same. I think I'm just kind of getting burnt out on superhero movies. Okay, I'm gonna blow dry this, and we'll put up our trivia question for today. So yeah, I'm kind of looking for new movies to watch. Oh my God, you speak exactly, Fabiola. Like, it's exactly how I feel. I feel like they're just remaking the same things, and it's kind of like, you know, a movie I want to go see is Everything Everywhere All at Once or whatever movie. One of my friends went and saw that, and he said it was like one of the best movies he's ever seen. And I don't know, that movie actually looks different, original in some way, you know? It's not the same old thing like everything else, so I'm kind of interested to see that movie. But yeah, there's really not much. I started watching Woke. I think that's on Hulu. But that was pretty good. That was actually a little different. It was funny. I also like the anime, you know, it's about a cartoonist, so I kind of like the subject matter already. But that was interesting. I kind of like that show. But yeah, I'm kind of burnt out on a lot of that stuff. Have you been watching anything new out there, Fabiola, or anybody else? Yeah, the new Batman movies on HBO, and I was like, I'm so happy because I was like, I'm happy I didn't spend money to go see it because it's already on HBO, and I'm like, oh sweet, I don't have to go watch this in theaters. Because I wanted to see it, I just refused to pay money for it. So I'm gonna watch that, I guess, just why not? That's the one I've been, I don't know, the one I've been ranting about is Batman. Now that's a show they fucking make over and over and over. But you know, I'll watch it if it's free. I mean, it's not free, but I already pay for HBO, so it's basically free. Oh, I'll tell you what's also just came out this week was Better Call Saul, new season. Fucking love that show. Cheers. Woo. Yeah, Better Call Saul is probably my favorite show right now. For sure. Oh, better count my my shot. Okay, trivia question today, in honor of 420. Today is April 20th. This is National Marijuana Day, I think. That's what I say. In honor of that, our trivia question today is, which Supreme Court justice gets blazed every day? Is it A, Stephen Breyer, B, Sonia Sotomayor, C, Samuel Alito, D, there's nothing funny about marijuana use. E, Clarence Thomas. F, Elena Kagan. G, Neil M. Gorsuch. Or H, all of the above. Okay, so if you want to win a free painting, take a guess at the trivia question. If you get it right, I'll send you a free painting. Okay, hopefully this is drying here pretty quick. Okay, this is almost dry. Kind of like to turn it in the light. You might be able to see a real thick, shiny blob that might still be wet. Okay, that should be good. Okay, take the trivia question down and let's keep going. Okay, so, we've got our background done now. Let's go ahead and take our, I'm going to take my orange chalk and I'm going to draw a few things in, okay? Now, I'm going to draw my moon. Let's see if orange, let's see if blue shows up any better. No, not really. Okay. Well, I'm going to draw my moon in up here. Now it's about, I don't know, size of a softball or something. If you got something to trace there, it's a good idea to trace. I'm just going to free ball it here. Pretty pink, pretty pink. Okay, and there's a pretty good circle. There's a pretty good circle. It's, yeah, it's pretty good, pretty round. Okay, so we've got our moon in. Now let's draw our tree and some of the ground. Okay, so the tree, I kind of start with just like a stick figure tree, kind of like just some lines, and then I go back and add the thickness up later. So let's put our tree about halfway between the moon and the side of the canvas, somewhere in about here. I'm gonna draw a little line. It's gonna be kind of curved like so. And that's a little further to the right than I meant it to be, but let's do that. There we go. Now, what I do, I just draw one line for my tree and the tree branches, and then I trace that, and when I trace it, that's how I get my thickness. Okay? Alright. Let's start with the big branch, okay? The big branch that our owl is sitting on. It's going to kind of go right through here, so let's kind of start here, and let's bring this branch over, and it's going to kind of angle up. It's going to curve into our tree. Okay, so you see how you curve that down, where it starts, you know, running into your tree. It's not a four-way stop. Okay, think of it as a, you know, an off-ramp on the highway. This is your highway. This is my car. I can't get out of the way. And then here's my little freeway exit. My exits kind of angle off. They don't just go boom. Okay, so make sure when you put these branches in, you're kind of angling out like so. Boom. Okay. Okay, now let's put one up here. Put another one up here. And I'm kind of going here, 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 bouncing back and forth. I don't like them both to come out at the same spot. It looks weird. I don't know why, it just does. Okay, so let's put one there. Maybe there will be room for that branch there. I don't know. I don't know yet. But maybe. I don't know yet, okay? But let's go in here and let's add some other branches coming off, okay? Let's put a little branchy poo there. Maybe put another little branchy poo right there. And then off of that one, another branch. Okay, so I'm just going to go and add some branches. Okay, maybe this one will go up here. I don't know yet. I don't know yet. Okay, just, I don't know if we'll have time. Might go to Home Depot. I don't know if we'll have time. Okay, so we're putting some little branches on there. I like to put some secondary branches coming off. I like to have them cross a little bit too. Looks weird when everything's strangely doesn't touch each other because it's so clear that you're doing it on so, or you might be doing it subconsciously, but it definitely doesn't look natural. Let's draw some little branches coming out and try to mix them up in different ways so they're not all the exact same. There you go, something like that. Okay, now my big branch here. Here's my big branch. I do want this to stop before it gets off the edge. Or maybe I'll just let it go off the edge, but kind of like to let it look like, there it is. This branch and this moon is kind of framed. So maybe I won't let it go off the edge. Maybe I will, okay? I don't know yet. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. Okay, don't ask me. I don't know. Okay, let's put a little branch here. Let's put one there. So I'm just gonna add some little branches. But yeah, have anyone seen any good shows lately? Let me know. It's pretty much all I do anymore is watch TV all day and sit on my couch and, you know, I don't do anything fun anymore. I used to do fun stuff. There was a time when I did fun stuff. Oh, that's wet paint. Okay, so then out here, you know, I'm gonna leave this kind of empty because I want my owl sitting here, right? Okay. I think we're pretty good on the tree. Let's go ahead and draw on our ground. Okay, so now the ground is just gonna be kind of, boom. You can make this however you want. You can make it angular or kind of smooth and flowy, but it's really up to you. Okay, there's my ground. I did it. Okay, congratulations. I'm gonna take a shot. Again, the trivia question today is, which Supreme Court justice gets blazed every day? Okay, I've got your list of Supreme Court justices there. Give it a guess. Today is April 20th, 420. Congratulations to everybody. And praise the Lord, it's 420. And cheers. Okay. Okay, so we've got our tree and our moon drawn in. We need to start with our moon. Once we get the moon in, we'll start doing our tree. Okay, and then we'll put in the owl. Okay, Kimberly guesses H. All of the above get high every day. Okay. Okay, so H is off the board. Good guess, Kimberly. Okay, let's take a new plate and let's get some black paint. Or no, sorry, black and white. You know, we can use the same plate. I'm just gonna get a bunch more white on here. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna start with my big brush just to fill it in. Well, I might just go to my medium brush. Why not? And try to do a good job. Take my medium flat brush here. Get that white paint. Just get my water stirred in there with the paint, and we'll start filling this in. Let's see. But yeah, I watched some new shows. If anybody's got any new shows to watch, let me know. Good shows though, okay? I'm not gonna watch Chicago PD. Something stupid like that. Better Call Saul, it was a 2-episode premiere. So they put out 2 episodes on Monday. It was friggin' sweet. And it was pretty crazy, yeah. The new episodes was pretty crazy pretty fast. Or well, it was pretty crazy, I don't know. First 2 episodes. Usually the first 2 episodes are kind of slow. These aren't really too, they're a little slower probably for what's to come, but like, wasn't that slow. Bluey is pretty big in your house? Isn't that a show about blue heeler dogs? Because I have a blue heeler. And I was looking at them like, those are definitely based on blue heelers. Right? Am I right? Or am I wrong? Okay, now I'm going to try to get all the way up to my drawing there. Oh, and they live in Australia. That's funny. Blue heelers are Australian cattle dogs. They're bred in Australia. That's funny. You know, I've almost watched that show only because I have a blue heeler. Because I like Better Call Saul and Bluey. They're basically the same show, really. I mean, it's crime dramas. Bluey's about a family who's in hiding from getting involved with the mafia, I think, right? The dog mafia of Australia. Yeah, Bluey's about a family of dogs who's dealing with the fallout of leaving a crime syndicate in Australia, and they're fighting every day for their lives. Pretty intense show, really. Okay, we've got our moon painted in white. Yeah, shit. I shouldn't have messed with it. That's what always happens. I start messing with it and it gets not round again. Yeah, so I have seen it. I was joking. I've seen Bluey. Kimberly says, I know you're wrong about Chicago PD. It's a great show. I think any show that starts the same and ends the exact same every time is not a great show. It's just formula crap for you to watch every week. It's not, I mean, not every time, I guess. I mean, it's kind of a blanket statement, but in general, unless you're watching a comedy where you're just laughing, whatever. Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I never got into Brooklyn Nine-Nine. On Hulu, whenever one of my shows would end, it would start playing Brooklyn Nine-Nine. So I've almost watched the full first episode. Because after so many series that I've just binge watched, finish and I'm asleep or something, Brooklyn Nine-Nine starts playing and then I wake up and I'm like, what? Well, I broke, and I turn it off. I'll be honest, that show does look funny. I should watch it. But there's just something about Andy Samberg being a silly cop that I just don't... Just doesn't do it for me. I don't know why. And I like Andy Samberg, too. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I think it's just like, I'm just like, you're not a cop, dude. I Love Lucy's a good show. Yeah, it's a funny show. She was... Lucille Ball was a pioneer. Okay, now I'm taking my dark gray and I'm kind of going around the outside edge. Okay, now I'm kind of going around this bottom, kind of make a little horseshoe, right? Now I'm going to use the wide side of my brush here. Brush this in. Make you put your phone down. Okay. Make you put your phone down. Here we go. Okay, now, I've kind of got some rough marks around the outside. What I want to do is take my brush, get a little bit of water, mix it in with my paint. And I kind of got one shot at this, okay? So I'm going to take my brush, scrape it off on the side. It's also a good idea to take your paper towel Where's my paper towel? Where's the end? There it is. And I kind of do this, I kind of press it through my fingers, kind of flatten it back out a little bit. And let's get some of this paint back on my brush. Flip it over, lay it down, pull it through so it's kind of flat. And let's go ahead and make a nice solid edge here. Trying to get this edge nice and solid. The paint's a little dry. That chalk is also makes it a little drier. Okay, now we're getting a nice solid edge there. Okay. There we go. Now what I want to do is I want to add a little texture. So let's take a paper towel here. I already got one. Let's wad it up. And we're just going to dab a little bit, okay? Do a little dabbage. And this gives it some of that moon texture. Okay? Oh, look at that moon texture. Ooh, that looks real nice. Maybe I could take my, I could even dab into my paint and dab some of that in. Oh, hey. Okay, now I've got some of that texture, and I can just dab some of my dark color if I feel like it needs a little more darkness. There we go. Summer living. Okay. There we go. And right there, I kind of botched it. Let's get a little bit more of this. Let's try to make that edge nice and solid. Let's try one more time here. Got a little drip. Luckily this painting doesn't, you can't see it too much. Okay, there we go. We got our moon. Congratulations, we did it. Let's take a shot. Again, the trivia question today is, which Supreme Court justice gets blazed every day? Is it all of those options? All of the above, H has already been guessed, so that one's off the table. Cheers. Ah. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep painting. Oh. I still got this cough. The Ghost of Ruth Bader Ginsburg. That's a good guess. Okay, I'm gonna take a new plate, get some black paint, and we're gonna start painting our tree in our ground. Yeah, I'm still feeling a little sick. Or, well, not sick, I just still got this cough. Which, I don't know. I didn't smoke for a week. Which is the longest I've gone since I was like 18. But I've still got a little bit of... I don't know what I got. I mean, apparently I had the flu. But I'm starting to determine that scallops aren't... Whiskey and scallops might be what has caused me some pain the last couple weeks. I got scallops at a place called Catfish Hole here in town, and they were delicious. And then I went to work, and then later I reheated those scallops and ate them, fried scallops, and then I threw up later. And then this past week when I got sick, we went to Shogun, which is a hibachi place, and it was great. But I did get the scallops. And it's like in 2 weeks I got scallops, and in 2 different times I got sick. So I think maybe something with me and scallops. Also, I guess drinking a bunch of whiskey and eating scallops may have something to do with it. I don't know. But regardless, let's paint in this tree, okay? So let's take our brush, let's get some black paint, and I'm gonna keep my brush nice and thin and hold it straight to my canvas. Drag it real light, and let's just start getting these branches painted in. I'm gonna start by going as lightly as I can and just tracing everything in. And then when I come in and meet this big tree trunk, I'm gonna press down a little harder, get a little bit more paint on my brush, and as I go, I'll kind of thicken up my tree trunk. Okay, but let's start skinny. Okay, you can always make them thicker. Can't always make them skinnier quite as easy. So now as I go, I'm gonna thicken up. Out here on the end, that's the thinnest part of your tree branch. Alright, then in here, let's go ahead and just take the wide side of our brush. That's going to get a lot thicker, so... Now, black paint, I like to continually add water to it. Especially I'm trying to make... Really, any paint color I'm trying to make real solid, stand out, thick. Lots of water. Otherwise, it'll dry out and it'll have kind of this rough texture. So, yeah. Anyway... I was pretty sick though for a few days. And then I finally got medicine and just went away. But this cough is still stuck around. And now, I don't know, because I've also read that when you quit smoking, your lungs are cleaning themselves and it makes you cough more. Which I did. I didn't smoke a cigarette for a week. I'm pretty proud of myself, you know? I'm super proud of myself. Something I've never been able to do. Hey, you know, I'll quit smoking and it's like, oh, I quit smoking, I haven't smoked in a week. Well, it's like, well, but I mean, I smoked one the other day, and then I smoked one more, like, a couple days later. So it's like every couple days I'll smoke one. And be like, oh, I didn't really smoke, but I did. This is the first time I've legitimately not smoked one cigarette in a week. It was pretty hard, too. It, wasn't easy. Okay, now, this is our big main tree trunk. We need to really... Sorrow. Shit. Okay, Alright, Joel, calm down. It's not that big of a deal. It's just a tree, okay? You can fix it. Okay, yeah, maybe. Thicken it up. Thicken it up, Joel. Don't make your edges look like crap, Joel. Alright. Here we go. Okay, so we kind of got that big main tree trunk in. Let's add our little tree branches. I'm getting some more black paint on my brush. So yeah, whiskey and scallops, maybe not the best, maybe not the best thing for me. I wonder though, I always felt like I would go to a doctor if I ever got the like allergic thing done where they prick you and they see what you're allergic to. I feel like I'm gonna go in there and they're gonna be like, oh yeah, actually you're allergic to all seafood or something, or you're actually lactose intolerant, and I never, you know what I mean? That, or they're just gonna be like, yeah, dude, you have cancer. That's why you feel like shit all the time. Or they're gonna be like, yeah, it's because you're hammered way too much. Something like that. But I do think there's something with scallops after these last couple weeks. Seems to be the common denominator. But scallops are so good. They're like the bacon of the sea. Chicken of the freeway overpass. Chicken of the sea. So I'm just tracing these in, And then as I go, just gonna press down a little harder, make them a little thicker where they start to run into the big branch that they're branching off of. A little more water every so often. And again, every so often, it's good to scrape your brush off a little bit. Lay it down, pull it through, add some water. Alright, got a little flattened out again. Flattened it out. Okay. I'm not tracing these exactly, I guess, but whatever. You know, make it up, oh no, make it your own. It's fine, it's just a tree branch, you know. Okay, it's about time for another shot. Okay, we're halfway through with these branches.
What is this feeling? And
Where does it come from?
Why is it only here when you're not? It's electric emotion that gives you the notion that I like me, and I'd rather not. Time is the ocean, it's constantly rolling. It will continue for better or not.
Okay,
Try as you might,
couple more branches over here.
can't stop the tide.
And I'm gonna call it good on that side here in a second.
There is day and there's night.
Okay, that's good over there. Let's take a fucking shot. It's taking forever. Yeah. Oh, getting old. No. Sometimes I wonder. Sometimes I think I'm getting too old. The other day I was doing computer work in the office and I can't remember what number it was, but it was, or I can't remember what I was putting in, but the number was 69, and it was really sad because I went on about my business for like a good 10-15 minutes. When I went back and looked again, and I was like, 69. But it took me a while, you know, like, just kind of, you know, things are changing. I'm getting older. I didn't even notice the number 69 for a while. I'm kind of sad, you know. I've lost my whimsy, you know. I lost my childlike whimsy. I mean, someday I'm going to enter some number in a computer data when I'm doing this, you know, sales by range reports and stuff the other night, and a number's going to be 69 and I won't even notice or think it's funny, and, you know, I don't even know. I'm losing my childlike wonderment. Okay, let's get this. This is our big branch. Get this one nice and thick. Did I add a shot for that last one I took? I'm pretty sure I didn't, but whatever. So let's take another one. Okay, so here we go. We've got this big old fat tree branch in here.
So it seems I don't rip pristine with these clips. 16 and I ship 16 in my grip till I seen a nice chip. Serving the fiends a night shift. Pack it up to nice crisp. Putting my dreams on my
all right, Joel. Get it. God damn it. It's okay, Joel. It's okay. Just focus. It's okay. It's gonna be okay. Okay, I messed it up a little bit. I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna fix it. It's gonna be fine, okay? We should take one more shot, and we'll keep going. It's gonna be fine. All right. Whiskey and Scallops. Maybe that'll be the name of my memoir. I don't really write songs, I paint. I can minimize the wrong like saints. Stroke good like a Sharpie nigga. Hungry like Barker nigga. Okay.
Like Stark, I'm in a metal suit, rain down, I'm a parking nigga. Don't blame when they just wanna narc a little. Wasn't raised like me, so they heart is fickle. Putting right through the top, never down the middle. Bruce Wayne got stacks, so I'm down the riddle. Putting off the heat, so seeing my light. Thirst for the wind, they seeing my sprite. Thought they on key till they see my type. Running on my life. I've been running for a while. I've been running through the game.
This paint's really thick right here. It's creating a lot of weird texture. I want this line to be nice and solid, so I'm kind of going to go back over it a few times. It's kind of what's causing me to make this branch a little thicker than I want it to be. See. Going nowhere, gonna get there. Okay, I'm gonna let that just fart off right there. If I go. Yeah, let's have a nice big branch coming out there. Again. But now again, see how rough this is? Well, maybe you can't see it that well, but it's very rough texture there. I'm gonna try to fill that in. So still ring true. Hey Sherry, what's up? How you been? Hey, Sherry, happy 420. Sherry, I think I owe you a painting, don't I? I think you messaged me a painting. Admire you love, but they won't buy you happiness. It's fair in life and death. Again. Okay, we got some tree branches now. You know, I kind of like that, even though it's kind of all the same. I kind of like that little way that's looking. I'm gonna leave that how it is. Get her, you were meant to. Oh man. Oh, one of my favorites. Maureen McViggers Abbott. What are you? Oh, you're tagging somebody? Oh. Sherry, I was telling everybody how I've been sick. And, I'm better now, but I still got a little bit of cough, but feeling better. I think it was mostly because of 2 different times in the last week I got sick and threw up, and, I had scallops that day, so I'm wondering if it's whiskey and scallops was the problem. Whiskey and Scallops is also going to be the name of my memoir. It was going to be Whiskey and Cheeseburgers, but I think Whiskey and Scallops will be better. Okay, so if anybody wants to write a memoir, 'cause I don't know how to write. I can barely read and write. I just draw pictures. Okay, so we've got most of our tree in finally. We'll put another little tree branch right here. Ooh, going into the moon. Yeah, that's right. This tree is in front of the moon. Okay, there we go. We've got our tree in, finally. Took forever. Yeah, I know. It could be the scallops and whiskey. I don't know. It seems like it would be super healthy, but I guess not. But I'm just getting older, you know? Just getting older. Okay, everybody. Let's take a shot. Here's today's trivia question. If you want to win a free painting, answer this trivia question. Which Supreme Court justice gets blazed every day? Is it, got them all listed there, Sotomayor, is it Alito or Clarence Thomas? Give it a guess. Gorsuch. Where do you say his name? Gorsuch? Gorsuch? Like, oh. Okay. Shot 8. Okay, Sherry says Clarence Thomas. Okay, Clarence Thomas is off the board. Okay, let's paint in our ground here, okay? Keep going with this black paint. I'm just gonna keep going. Okay, now I'm gonna kind of let this angle out, you know, I got some roots. Excuse me. Got some roots coming out there, so it's kind of angling out at the bottom. Oh. God. Getting hammered. I'm not even annoyed. It's just I'm annoyed that I still got a kind of a runny nose. And, you know, got a little bit of a runny nose. Still got a little bit of a cough. I haven't smoked in a week, though, which is pretty awesome. Actually, that's a lie. I told myself if I made it to a week, I'd smoke on Wednesday. And last night, late at night, I said, I'm starting my cheat day early and I'm smoking a cigarette. But I went literally one whole week before I smoked a cigarette. This was the longest time for me. Now, I'm an old man, okay? I'm a feeble person. I'm no Jason Momoa, okay? I'm no, you know, I'm no, Chris Hemsworth, you know? You know, Jason Momoa is weird because, like, okay, why is he? Why? Okay, I get that he's hot, but why is he hot? Like, I feel like he's an attractive guy, but like, I think he's hot. I think he's hot because, oh, did my thing disconnect? Weird. I think he's hot because he's huge, and he was in Game of Thrones and he played this, you know, barbarian kind of guy. But if he was like, you know, 5'9", you'd be like, yeah, whatever. Like, you wouldn't be that into him, right? Women, let me know. Okay. Alright, let's blow dry this for a minute. You don't think he's hot at all, Sherry? Most women do. But, okay, if Jason Momoa was 5'9", looked the exact same, you'd be like, yeah, alright, it's whatever. Right? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's just beautiful and I don't see it. He does have piercing, beautiful eyes. But you know, the rest of him's just like, yeah, you just look like a mangy guy. If he wasn't on Game of Thrones as this big barbarian guy, I don't think, I don't know. I think he'd be viewed a little different. Look, I'm no Jason Momoa, okay? Psst. Believe me, I know. But I don't know what I'm talking about. But Jason Momoa is one of those guys that I'm like, it's the hair? You think it's the hair? But how many little dudes like have long hair and you're like, gross? But with him, it's just because he's this giant guy, or he's portray. Is he even really that big? Like, he's a big guy. Well, how tall is Jason Momoa? He's not like 6'5" or anything. He's probably like 6'2" or something. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about, really. Okay, another shot. And another shot. Whiskey and scallops, everybody. Okay, cheers. Sherry, who do you think is hot? Okay, let's mix up some gray. Look, I'm gonna go back to this other plate and keep my same small flat brush. Let's give it a wash. Now, I want to be good to my brush. Treat my brush just right. Give it what it wants and what it needs, because I like to treat my brushes right. What's equivalent of womanizer for brush? Like a brushanizer, brushizer, Anywho's, let's take our paint here and let's get ourselves a nice gray, okay? White and black, okay? We're gonna need lots of water because this paint's drying out on me. Oh, excuse me. Okay, we got ourselves a gray here. Let's get some water. Keanu Reeves, Richard Gere for an old guy. Okay. Keanu Reeves, I get. Yep, Richard Gere. He's a handsome old guy. Get that. Oh no, Kung Fu. Okay. I always thought Brad Pitt was the ultimate, you know, hot guy, right? And then Michael B. Jordan's another guy that I'm like, that guy's pretty hot. Like, he's almost as hot as me. Like, I was like, man, he's getting close to my range. Okay, let's get our brush nice and flat again. Got some of my gray paint here. And let's go through and add some little marks on our tree to give it some texture. Texture like tree bark. Now what I want to do is think about where the light, my moon, is hitting this tree. So, you know, this left side of my tree, that's a good spot for it. And what I want to do is kind of make some wiggly lines. Wiggly lines in between each other. Make some short, some long. Alright. Some thicker, some thinner. Give a little bit of variation, but essentially you're just kind of making some lines that kind of run in between each other, right next to each other, and it gives it that tree bark feel. Let's see. Maureen said Neil, whichever letter it was. She can't see good enough to text. Said, tell you love that the one doing. She who loves text to text said, tell you loves the one doing. Well, I'm drunk, so I could almost, like, I feel like she's almost speaking my language because I'm hammered. Neil, whichever yet letter. Neil. Neil, whichever letter. Or is she talking about? Wouldn't be Neil Young. It's not a letter. It's a Neil. She loves painting. Judge Stoned. What? Are you stoned? Is she stoned? Let's talk about cute guys. Who's like the cutest guy? I think, like, I think like Michael B. Jordan is real cute. Who else is? Who are hot guys? Remember in my 20s, I'd be like, "Well, he's not hot." Ugh. I'd be mad, and then I was like, "No, he's." I think later I'm kind of start to understand, like, if you're into dudes, you know, I can see how some guys are pretty hot. You know, if you're a lady, you're attracted to some guy somewhere. So what is an attractive guy to you? I think I never understood what was attractive to women because I never, you know, I'm not that way, but I think it was more insecurity blocking my vision, but anyway, as far as hot guys go, trying to think who are some other ones right now. Throw them out, people. Okay. I've gotten so old though, I'm so lame, I don't even think that way anymore as much as I used to, and like, I'm trying to think of who the hottest lady is. I don't even know. I don't know. David Beckham, that's a hot guy right there. Who's that other dude? Cristiano Ronaldo or something? I see some pictures on Instagram of him sometimes. He looks kind of hot. Okay, so we've got some barks going through here. Let's bring some down. Okay, now we want to put some little lines in here that make us see some roots. Okay, so down here, let's put a nice big one there. Okay, let's put another big vein right there. Big vein, nice big one. Are we getting some mental thoughts here? Okay, this is going to be our roots, okay? So let's kind of put some little lines there. That kind of tells us that maybe there's a... It gives us the implication. No, gives us the idea that there's a little roots. There's kind of a big, you know, roots going there, okay? That's kind of what that's to symbolize. And that kind of gives us that thought. Now let's keep going through our tree branches. Now over here on the right side, it's a little further away from the moonlight. I'm just gonna put these in a little more loosely, not as deliberate. We're just kind of put these, spread them out a little bit more sparsely. And you know what? I think it's about time for another shot. And yeah. Okay, look, we got our tree. Our tree looks pretty good, you know? Christian Slater used to be hot. Ooh. Yeah, you know, he's one that I could see that... You know, I don't remember him when he was younger that much because I was too young, but... I could see that. Okay, now down here in the ground, I'm going to put some gray marks. I'm just going to use the wide side of my brush and just kind of do some of this. Kind of get the rough texture. Okay, okay, pretty good. Let's take a freaking shot finally. Okay, trivia question one more time for anybody who wants to win a free painting. Which Supreme Court justice gets blazed like every single day? Here's your trivia question. God, my nose is runny too. Alright, cheers everybody. Oh. Okay, shot number 10. At least I think I missed one, so I'm at least 10. Okay, let's see what's next. What's next is drawing in our owl. Okay, now, the owl in my previous painting is, like, huge. You know, so it kind of works for the size of the painting, but You know, if I want to make it right, I should probably make it a little smaller. Okay, let's take our blue chalk. No, let's take our orange chalk here. And let's draw on our little owl. Now, there's basically kind of a little teardrop. There's kind of two little... Oh, is this still wet? I think it's just thick. Okay. There we go. So we kind of got, not really a teardrop, but kind of a rounded triangle, really. Triangles like rounded edges, basically. And we're just going to have a little oval. A little oval, okay? Take that away a little bit. Okay. So there we go. Let's do that. Maybe with some little tail feathers here. And maybe, you know, owls have those little, they look like kind of horns when you draw them, but they're those little ears. Okay, and let's paint that black. Wash my brush out real good. And we'll keep going. Yeah, I've been sick the last week and I've just been watching stuff. YouTube video to YouTube video. Hey, tell me this. You ever start watching a video and you get going down, you know, a rabbit hole on YouTube or something, and you're really, you know, watching some stuff that really means something to you, and you're getting like emotional, and you're like, man, I really need to better myself, and man, this is really talking to me, speaking to me a lot, and you're watching videos in there like, you know, you really start to see flaws in yourself, and you start to see kind of what's wrong with you, and what's right with you, and you start to make all these corrections, and you start really thinking deeply about everything in life and yourself, and you start really thinking, and you're watching this video and it's really speaking to you, and you start going, you know, yeah, maybe that's my problem, you know, and this guy, everything they're saying is really speaking to me, you know. And then out of nowhere there's a commercial that pops up for Manscaped's new pube trimmer, and you're just like, fuck everything, you know, and you just get pissed. Does that ever happen to anybody else, you know? Is it just me? You ever just like watch a video and it's like really nice and inspiring, and you start really thinking all these deep thoughts, and then out of nowhere there's, hey, Limu Emu, Liberty Mutual, and it's like, I hate everything again. Like, you really feel like you're making strides, and then you get an advertisement and you're like, I'm gonna kill everybody. You know, does that ever happen to anybody? It just completely undoes all the positive feelings you were having. No, just me? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's so... it drives me bonkers. It's like, hey, I was actually experiencing something in my... It's like, yeah, it's an advertisement for, you know, some new fucking condom or something. It's like, what? Just ruins it. Hey, let's take a shot, everybody. Well, we got our owl painted in there, roughly. We got the silhouette of the main blocks painted in. Let's take a shot. Cheers. Okay. How's everybody doing out there? Thank y'all for watching, and appreciate y'all. Sorry I was gone for a week, but I'm so happy you guys are here watching this week. And if anybody's painting along with me, hope you're having some fun painting this painting. What we need to do now is we're going to finally add our color. It's been black and white and gray, and now we get to finally add some of that color. And this is what makes this painting so special, is the little bit of color. So what color there is really stands out. Now, if you don't like green, maybe you want to do yours red. That's a good color. Yellow, blue, whatever color you like. Do whatever color you want. I'm going to do this kind of teal green color for this painting, but feel free to change yours up. So I'm going to take my medium flat brush and I'm going to wash it out really good. This is my Slim Chickens cup, which I love. I love Slim Chickens. Great food, great restaurant. Takes forever to get your food, but you know, they put up with it. God, that's why it's hard. It's hard though, because it takes so long. That's why I don't go to fucking Whataburger anymore. Jesus Christ, it takes so long every time. Okay, let's get some yellow and some blue and make green. What makes green? Yellow and blue. Good job. Yellow and blue make green. And let's add some white to it. Yeah. It's nice if you say hi-ya as you mix. That really, you know, it's just fun to do, really. And what's the point of life if you're not having any fun? I'm not a fun person, really. I'm more of a business person. I'm more of a, I don't know. But fun stuff. You gotta have fun, right? You gotta at least have a little bit of fun. Or else, what are you doing with your life? You're just a robot. Okay, you never heard of Slim Chicken? Well, maybe it's just in this here. You know, I hadn't heard of it before I moved down here, so. Okay, I got my green color. Let's add this through our tree. Maybe I'm gonna make it a little more blue and white. Let's add some more blue and white. Petiola, this is just business for me. Petiola, have you ever heard of Slim Chickens? You know, this is my fun time, no. This is me having fun. I'm having a blast, honestly. Never heard of Slim Chicken. Well, must be an Arkansas thing. No, you're not lame. You just live in a different place, you know? I'm sure there's all kinds of food places you have that I don't have. Okay, let's take our light green now. I'm gonna put this kind of back in where my gray colors were. I like to sprinkle those in there. So I'm painting over some of my grays. But let's put some of these kind of just throughout our tree. This is just kind of a little life force pumping, beating through our tree. All my dreams have gone. This band is called The Twos. The singer is a friend of mine that I've known since 6th grade. He's one of my best friends. And he had this awesome band they had together for a few years. They made this awesome music. And then his wife got a job somewhere. So they moved away and he's... Nah, I don't even know. They need to make more music though. Like, he can still live in Seattle. Well, they're living like Seattle or something. Then they moved to like Washington, D.C. Then they moved to Indianapolis. And he's just, oh, he was doing this there, then this there, then last time I heard he's in Indianapolis trying to be a fucking pilot or something. He's always doing something new. He can't stick with one thing, but I swear to God, if he just stuck with this band, it'd be awesome. Let's see. Maybe live in a small dinky town with no fast food here. Okay. Buddy says Taco John's? What? Taco John's? Did you make that up? I think that's pretty specific to a handful of western states like Taco Bell, but better. Oh. Cherry says Subway Pizza Hut. That's it besides a small restaurant. Oh, that's all you got? Taco John's sounds made up. It sounds like something you just thought of and said just to, you know. But I don't think you're a troll, so I don't think you made it up. But that's such a funny name. Okay, so now we've got a lot of the green in here. Let's put a little bit of, oh, there we go. Oh! Taco John's is in Missouri? You're made up! You know what, Petiola, are we gonna fight? Are we fighting? Guthrie says Taco John's is in Missouri too? Really? I didn't know that. Hey, Guthrie, you know that picture? Okay, see how Petiola and other people put that... I don't know what that picture is, but it's a dude, like, haha. But it looks like you, Guthrie. Don't you think that looks like you? See that little picture she put up there? Doesn't that look like you, Guthrie? With your head back, like, ha ha ha, and your fist right here? Are you an emoji, Guthrie? Is that you? It looks just like you. Alright, okay, what am I doing? Okay, put some greens down here too, why not? What are we even doing anymore? Okay, we're pretty much done. We gotta do our owl, and then we're about done. Okay, shot? Oh, God. Okay. Sorry. Whiskey and scallops. Not what I would recommend for people. Personally, it fucked me up, so... but cheers, and let's do our owl, and then we'll sign our painting and we'll be done. Ah. Okay, let's put our, okay, let's put our owl... Well, let's blow dry the owl real quick. Okay, last chance to guess a trivia question answer. Which Supreme Court justice gets high as a kite every day? Does Stephen Breyer get baked like a cake all the time? Is Suna Sotomayor blazing it up like every single day? Is Samuel A. Alito toking it hard all the time? Or is there nothing funny about marijuana use? Is Clarence Thomas getting blazed? Is Elena Kagan getting smoking, toking it up like Cheech and Chong every day? Or is Neil M. Gorsuch just fucking smoking fatties like they're going out of style? Or is it H, all of the above? Now, I know all the above's been guessed. I know Clarence Thomas has been guessed. I can't remember what else has been guessed. Don't remember. Okay, my owl is dry. Now, if you want to draw in some of this stuff on your owl, let's do that. Okay, so we've kind of got our little owl. Oh, it's still a little wet. Crap. Okay. But I'm going to put his little beak in there. Right? Right? And there's little wings for his wing flaps. And, you know, let's put some little boink, boink. There's his eyes. Close enough. Okay, let's do this shit. Okay, let's get our little tiny brush. I'm going to take my little tiny brush and get my green paint. Same color I've been using. And let's do some stuff. Okay, let's do this. There's its little furrowed brow. Maybe I'll make a little line here. Well, oh crap, I got my friggin'... Okay, Sherry says Neil Gorsuch. Jesus. Neil Gorsuch is getting blazed every day. Okay, now let's sit here, let's go through. Now let's maybe do a little bit of that. On the chest, let's do some, I'm gonna turn my brush blade kind of flat. Just gonna do some little dabs here. Okay, now, wash your brush out real good and we'll get white paint and we'll do our final steps here. Alright, let's get some white paint. My white! Okay, now, main thing we want to do here is put our little beak in. I'm going to be real careful. Already got a bunch of green mixed in. I probably should have done the white first and the green second, but I didn't. Okay, there's my little... Ugh, it looks kind of like a evil thing. Okay. Probably made the beak too big. Okay, let's do the little claws. I'm a fucking idiot. Those aren't the words, but I wish you'd take them. Big dumb dumb, I'm a fucking idiot. You shouldn't though, the way they did it was great, but I just wish. Okay, there we go. Maybe I'll take some white and outline some of my bird. Maybe I'll put some white in here. Okay, now another thing I'm doing, now here's what I'm gonna do for the eyes. I'm gonna take my brush, turn it around, take the plastic tip of my brush, dip it in my white. My white. I'm gonna put a little oink, and then put another little oink. There we go. Okay, that looks insane, and I don't like it. I don't know what I did. I think I made them too big. Shit. Okay. Let me try to. Oh god. Looks so bad. Maybe I'll take a little white here. Oh god. Okay. It's just too big. Okay, maybe I'll take a little dot of black. Oh, I'm gonna fuck this up. Okay, here we go. Whatever. You know what? Whatever, guys. Thank you, Mick. Appreciate you. Okay, let's take our brush and I'm gonna sign my name here. And guess what? There we go. That's the painting. Let's paint the bottom edge. And if anybody wants to win a free painting, today's trivia question in honor of 420 is which Supreme Court justice gets baked as a cake every day? Okay, there's your answer. Here's your answers. Take a guess. Let's paint our bottom edge. I'm gonna paint it black. And yeah, so anyway, I'm back. Never get sick, but I got sick as shit last Tuesday. But I'm back, and if anybody ever goes to Care's urgent care, fuck Emory. That doctor just wants to prescribe expensive shit to try to get some kind of bonus money. Long story. You can go back and watch the show if you want to hear my story about my doctor's trip that was bullshit. And she sits there forever. I'm in there for 2 hours talking to this student girl who's like, I mean, it just sounds like the doctor just had this student person go in there, ask me all the questions, do all the work for her. And then after 2 hours, she comes in and is like, oh, it's the flu. Okay, you want to talk about how you arrived at that? No, that's what it is. Here's a prescription. I get to Walgreens. It's a $220 pill. It's all she prescribed me. And I'm calling back. I'm like, I can't buy this. Like, so should I get NyQuil, what do you suggest? And they're like, well, let me write you another prescription. I want to just rip this doctor because I feel like they're shitty. But I'm not going to. Scallops and whiskey aren't good. I think that's been my issue. Let's take another shot and answer the trivia question. So the question was, which Supreme Court justice gets baked like a cake every single day? The correct answer was Sona Sotomayor. Oh man, no one guessed the right answer. But instead, I'm just gonna get everyone that guessed a free painting. So Sherry gets a free painting. Guthrie didn't guess an option. You said the ghost of Ruth Bader Ginsburg, but we'll let it slide. You can have one. Petiola, you can have one if you want one. I just sent you one, but I like you. You can have another one. I got too many anyway. Kimberly, you can have one. And yeah, so with that being said, cheers. Thank you, everybody. Stay healthy and alive, and hey, see you next week, okay? All right, bye.